This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Uh, Whenever we wish to create a circuit in Tinkercad, we will be clicking this create new circuit. Okay, I'm clicking that. In day one lecture, we have seen the details about all these components, and we have also seen other components which are available over here. Okay, but right now we require basic components itself. First we need is Arduino. We have been talking about this in the last lecture, that is microcontroller. Okay, to get this one onto this particular place, what you need to do is, I'll just repeat this. I'm just clicking on this Arduino Uno R3 and I'm dragging and placing over here. Okay, like that you can get this particular Arduino Uno onto this particular place. Now what I need from this particular diagram, you can see like we need one LED and one resistor. Okay, I'll get an LED and one resistor. Other than components, remaining place, if you click and drag, the entire circuit will be moving. Okay, you can see here I'm clicking in this particular position where we don't have any components, and we can drag entire circuit like this. Okay, and try responding in chat, like this cathode of LED should be connected to ground or positive voltage. It is negative or positive? Cathode means negative. Okay, so it should be connected to ground. Okay, instead of directly connecting to ground, what I will do is I'll try connecting with one resistor. Okay, and I want to make the ground connection as black. Okay, in general we will be using black for negative connections, and this one you should connect to positive. If you remember, uh, in the previous class you have seen Arduino pin description. Okay, you might have seen something like this. These are the connections we have for Arduino. Okay, uh, see here all these connections whatever we have on the right side, these are considered as digital pins. Okay, these digital pins are named with 0, 1, 2 and so on till 13. We have some reference pin. Right now we don't want to discuss about that. We have second one ground, remaining 13 digital pins. These 13 digital pins can also be used as some other connections, that is receiver, transmitter, interrupt 0, interrupt 1. Okay, MOSI, MISO, SCK, SS, but I don't want to discuss all these things because once you get familiarized with working with Arduino, then these things you can refer online easily. You can understand these things. Right now we don't require those things for basic circuitry or basic applications. And here I have something like 6 pins which are written as A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Okay, and here I have V in ground, 5 volts, 3.3 reset. So what is the difference between these 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on till 13 and A0 till A5 is, all these pins are considered as digital and all these pins are considered as analog. All these 6 A0 to A5 are considered as just input pins. As you can see here, it is written analog in. That means these are acting as input pins. But when I consider all these 13 pins, 0 to 13, they are considered as digital pins. We can use them as input pins or output pins. Okay. Now the question is, what is the difference between analog and digital? When I consider digital, you are going to have only two values. Okay. So for example, when I consider a computer, it can understand only zeros and ones, right? The machine, whatever the computer machine we have, it can understand just 0 or 1. For example, I'm operating a switch. For example, your fan switch is there, tube light switch is there, bulb switch is there, motor switch is there. Okay, what are the two states in which that switch will be there? Either it will be in on position or it will be in off position. That means the switch can be in on position or it can be in off position. So only two states are there for that one. Okay, so I can consider a particular switch as digital. Either you can consider like whenever you are pressing that particular switch, either it will move to off position or it will move to on position. So I can represent like 0 represents on position, 1 represents off position, or reverse also I can do, like 0 represents off position, 1 represents on position. We don't have any other states for that. But when I consider temperature is there, can I have only two states for temperature? Just respond in chat. Okay, so we cannot have temperature values in just two values. We can have temperature 27 degrees centigrade, 28, or even 28.5, 29.5, 30.5. Okay, even if I consider fan speed cannot be in one state, right? You will have different levels. Fan regulator, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and even for example you consider your grinder. Okay, you will have different speeds for that one. Okay, so I don't have just one or two states when I consider some applications or some physical quantities like temperature or humidity, rainfall, moisture. All those things I cannot connect to this digital pins, so I need some analog interfaces. So these analog interfaces can take any value, like whatever the value we have. For example, temperature, it can be from anything, right? -4, -3, -2, +1, 2, 3, 30, 40. Okay, all those values it can take, and it will convert them into digital. Okay, it will represent in the range of some values, maybe something like 0 to 1023, 0 to 255, like that it will represent. Okay, so when I consider this particular led, like coming back to led, I can connect to any one of these digital pins, because led can be in on state or it can be in off state. Okay, are there any other things other than this for LED? Can I have any other state? Okay, so for an LED, either it should be in on state or off state, right? So I'll go back to Tinkercad. Okay, so that is the reason I am connecting this LED to digital pin. Okay, I hope it is clear why we are using digital pins rather than analog pins. One reason is this LED, we are making it as output device. That means from this board we are giving some signal to LED. So these particular pins A0 to A5, they can act as only input pins. So I cannot connect LED to analog pins. I need to connect to digital pins only. Okay, I have connected. The advantage of this particular Tinkercad is I don't have to write any code. I just have to move some blocks. Automatically code will be written for that. Okay, I am changing the name for this blink LED. Okay, okay, circuit connections are clear. I hope they're clear for you. Now, whenever I want to make this one work, I need to write some code for that. Code in the sense, you will see how we are writing that code. Okay, so can you see here different things are available like different blocks? Output block. When I see output block, it says set built-in LED to high or maybe low. Set a particular pin. Set pin on 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all these pins to high or low. Set a corresponding pin to 0 or 1. Okay, so when I write these things, automatically code will be written. Rotate servo on a particular pin. Okay, for example, I am connecting a servo motor to pin 5. So I need to write rotate servo on pin 5. Okay, play a speaker on 0. So if I have a speaker connected over here, and if I am connecting that one to any one of these pins, and I can give instruction like play speaker pin on with a particular tone. You can also see here, I'll just drag and drop here. Okay, with tone 60 for 1 second. Okay, like that I can write instructions. These are output. So if you are giving any command to any particular pin, okay, those can be taken from here. Or if I want to see a print serial monitor, like there will be a monitor on which you can see what is happening, then I can go with this print to serial monitor. Then I'll have some things like input. If I am giving input to this particular board, then you are going to have these instructions. For example, I am connecting to any one of these pins, any sensor, then I can say read digital pin on 0, 1, 2, 3, any of these things. For example, I am connecting a particular sensor to D2. Then I need to select read digital pin 2. Okay. If I am connecting any temperature sensor to A1, then I should say read analog pin A1. Okay. For example, if I am connecting a particular servo motor, okay, uh, and I want to see what is its orientation angle, then I can read from any one of the pin. If I am connecting to 7th, I should say like read degrees of servo pin on 7. Okay, number of serial characters available. For example, you are sending, you are connecting some GSM SIM card to this particular module, and someone is sending you message. Then I can see number of serial characters available. It will give how many number of characters available in that particular message. Read from serial. Uh, these are little bit advanced things. Okay, when we do communication between this device and other device, then we'll be using these things. Read from serial. Okay, and for example, I have some ultrasonic sensor. Okay, and it is basically trying to give the distance, and I am connecting to 7th pin. So I can say read ultrasonic distance sensor on trigger pin 7. So if I connect on 7, I need to select 7. Read temperature. For example, I have connected temperature to A1. Then I can say read temperature sensor on A1. Okay. These are some of the details about input and output blocks. Okay. We have control. For example, I want this particular circuit to perform some action, and I want to make it wait for 1 second. Okay, then I will say wait 1 second. or wait 1 millisecond. Okay, like that I can give some instructions. Then next thing, if I want to do a particular task 10 times, I can just drag this. Okay, I'll keep like this. So what it does is it will play speaker with tone 60 for every 1 second, and it will be repeated 10 times. Okay, I can also write another thing like repeat while or until, and we will write some condition. If that condition matches, then it keeps on repeating. For example, escalator is there in shopping mall. You want to keep on moving that escalator as long as someone is present on that particular escalator, right? So I'll say repeat while someone is there on the escalator, move the escalator upwards. Okay, like that I can use this. If conditions, for example, if the temperature is greater than 30 degrees centigrade, I want to switch on fan. Okay, then I can say like if temperature greater than 30 degrees, I'll write inside switch on fan, switch on AC. Similarly, we will have if else condition. If water is available for plants, don't switch on motor, else switch on motor. Okay, here we are doing like whether water is available with plants or not. If water content is not available, then you switch on, else you switch off. Or for example, your water tank is there. If water is available in the tank, don't switch on motor, else switch on motor. Okay, count up, count down, these are another instructions. Count up, maybe for example, I want to keep on incrementing. Okay, so I can say count up by 1, a particular variable. So these things will be clear when we actually utilize those things. Similarly, we have some mathematical operations. Okay, for subtraction, you want to do subtraction, multiplication, division, remainder, finding, power. Okay, similarly comparison, if you want to do whether it is less than or greater than. Okay, picking a random number. Okay, you want to do any and or operation, not operation. So these are some mathematical things. Notations, if you want to write any comments, we can use. Variables, if you can create your own variables. Okay, anyway, this is sufficient. While we go with experiments, these things will be more clear. Okay, when I see this particular place, many things are available right here. I want to remove all these things. Okay, so for that what I will do, okay, I'll just click and drag. Okay, first I'll do like I'll drag and drop this one. You can see a dustbin over here, right? So we just need to drag and drop everything in that one, so they will go. Okay, now everything is clear, and I want to make this LED on and off. Okay, can you just say like uh, whether this LED is output or input? Output. Okay, okay, so I need to go to output block. Okay, first we need to check whether it is output or input. If you feel like this is output, you need to go for the respective thing. Okay, now it is connected to 13th. Okay, one more thing you need to remember is this complete block. This complete block has a built-in LED. Right now I am pointing at this particular point, right? Okay, this L, whatever you see inside that, okay, that is uh, built-in LED basically. Okay, that one we are making, and that is also connected to this 13th pin. Okay, we want to make that one high. Okay, I don't want to write anything. I'll just write set built-in LED to high, and I'll try simulating this one. We will see what happens. Okay, to make this one run, I need to click on this start simulation. Okay, okay, I'll click that. See, can you observe LED glowing? Can you see LED glowing? Okay, basically it's not glowing complete uh, with complete potential, because we are writing here, uh, we are giving this resistance value as 1 kilo ohm. Okay, what we will do is we'll try checking out what is the voltage available across these two pins. Okay, and we will try considering what is the corresponding resistance we need to use. For that, I'll drag this multimeter. Okay, this is negative. I'll connect it to negative. Always remember, voltage we will see across, current we will see in series. Okay, wherever I have connected that complete LED thing. Okay, I should not connect this here, but I need to connect here. Okay, so that I'll get voltage across this LED. How much voltage we are getting? First we will see that one, how much voltage we are getting. We are getting just 1.88 volts. Okay, now we will see what is the input we are getting. What is the input we are getting at 13th pin? Okay, we will observe that. See, 4.58 volts we are getting. Okay, so can anyone try out and tell me what is the corresponding resistance I have to use if we are getting input as 4.58 volts? I hope you remember LED requires 2 volts and a maximum current of 20 milliamps. With that, we can calculate uh, what is the resistance we have to use, right? Can you try? If you are not aware of the formula, you can use this. Use this formula and try to calculate. V is how much? V is 4.58. How much you are getting? 129. Okay. So I'll change this resistance value to 129. 129 and units are ohm. Okay, now you see the brightness has changed. I can also make this one with different colors. Okay, red, even you can see check white, but you won't be able to see anything. Okay, let's keep it green. Okay, I'm starting. Okay, now the question is, I want to make this one on and off for every 1 second, on and off for every 1 second. So what I have to do, if I want to make on off for 1 second, every 1 second, I think since less number of people are available, you can unmute. Okay, and you can speak directly what I have to do here. Yesterday also we have seen like what we have to do for that. Okay, the basic reason why we are going with this microcontroller is, if I want to make it on and off, okay, I cannot keep on like it's not like I'll keep on starting simulation, stopping simulation every time whenever we want to make it on and off. Okay, that can be done in code itself. Okay, we'll go back to code. We will change like uh, in control we had something like this, right? Wait 1 second, then set built-in LED to low, then again wait 1 second. Is it clear? Can I do like this? Make that LED on for 1 second, on, wait for 1 second, off, wait for 1 second, again on. This complete thing will be repeated. Okay, we'll see. See, on, off, on, off. You can also see the corresponding time here. Okay, 11, 12 on, 13 off, 14 on, 15 off. Okay, like that it is doing. Similarly, I can also do like code, instead of 2 seconds, I can keep instead of 1 second, I can keep 2 seconds on, 1 second off. See, 2 seconds on, 1 second off, 2 seconds on, 1 second off. Okay, so can I say like this is the same principle which people are using in decorative lights? Decorative lights, they will be keeping on and off, right? Okay, they are going to use this kind of principle. I am not saying this is the device they are using, but I am saying this is the kind of principle which they are using. Okay, we are done with LED. We can also connect this one, like it need not be like I need to connect it to 13th pin itself. I'll change and I'll one more thing I want to show. You also observe here this thing. Okay, whenever that is on, even this is on. Okay, are you able to see that one? Whether you are able to see inside this one LED is also blinking. Okay, now we'll try changing the pin of this one. Okay, I'll make like connect this pin to let's say I'll connect it to 5. Okay, again I need to change the code, right? I cannot say set built-in LED, but I need to say something else, or maybe I can say keep this one as it is. Okay, bring something else, set pin. Which pin? This one, fourth pin. Okay, we will do reverse. whenever this built-in LED is on, we will make this one off. Okay, like that reverse we will do. I hope you understood the logic. Okay, whenever this built-in LED is on, this one will be off. Whenever this is on, this one will be off. Okay, we will see whether it works like that or not. It's just starting. Okay, you see here, this LED is off. Something is okay. See, whenever this is off, this is on. Whenever this is on, that is off. Alternately, they're glowing. Okay. Okay. We can also do like bring one more LED. Okay. Take another resistor, connect to ground. Okay. uh, Take this one to maybe 7th pin, again write code. I don't want this built-in LED thing. I'm removing that. Similarly, okay, I want to take another pin 7. Okay, we can click and duplicate 7 low. This one also I'll make 2. Okay, see now alternately they are glowing. Okay, so if I increase the complexity of this one, okay, then maybe I can design some traffic signals. Right now I can consider this one as uh, for railways. You are going to have whenever train comes, all the vehicles will be stopped at that particular road, right? And after train leaves, then they will be moving. So I can keep this complete line, 2 lights like this. Whenever train comes, LED will red LED will glow. After train has left, green LED will glow. Okay, something like that I can consider. Okay. Okay, that is about LED. Then we'll go with potentiometer. Okay. Basically, potentiometer is, it will be something like this, or maybe something like this. Okay, different varieties, and you can see some kind of pin over here, or a white colored one over here, or a knob over here. Okay. So what are these things is, we can change the resistance. Maybe for example, if I consider this one, I can change this particular thing, resistance. So this particular potentiometer, as the name says over here, 10 kilo ohm, 10 kilo ohm potentiometer. This one says 500 kilo ohm potentiometer, 100 kilo ohm potentiometer, 2 mega ohm potentiometer. Okay, basically they have 3 pins. Okay, so in circuit, how we can consider the diagram of that one is, we can consider like this, a potentiometer. The symbol will be like this. Whatever the 3 pins we have, that will be like this. So when I consider the complete resistance between 1 and 3, it will be either 1 kilo ohm, 10 kilo ohm, 1 mega ohm, 2 mega ohm, like what we have seen in the previous, just some time back we have seen, right? 500 mega ohm, 2 mega ohm. When I consider from 1 to 3, like between uh, these two junctions, if I consider the resistance, it will be either 1 mega or 2 mega or 10k, okay, or 1k, depending on what is the rating we are giving. Okay, but when I consider between 1 and 2, it will have some resistance R1, and between 2 and 3, it is going to have a resistance which is equals to, for example, if I consider this as uh, if I consider this as 10k, okay, I'm going to have this one as 10k minus R1, okay. Or if I consider this resistance as R2, here you are going to have 10k minus R2, okay. Did you understand what is potentiometer? Okay, you are going to have like the complete resistance between 1 and 3 is 10k, then that can be divided into two resistances, R1 and R2. If I consider this as R1, this one will be 10k minus R1. If I consider this as R2, then this one will be 10k minus R2. In general, whatever R1 plus R2, if I consider, that will be equals to 10k. Okay, so that's what we are considering. In circuit, we will be connecting this potentiometer like this. One and third, first and third one we will be giving to voltage supply. Remaining second pin, there we are going to consider output. Where we are going to use this one? For example, we have something like a battery is there, 9-volt battery. If I go back to this Tinkercad, okay, I'll go back to Tinkercad. See here, let's type here battery. Okay, battery means what are the things I am getting? 9 volts, 3 volts, 1.5. Okay, 9 volts, 3 volts, and 1.5 we are getting. If I want 6 volts, what will you do? From 9 volts, I have only 9 volts battery. I need 6 volts battery. How you will get? Then I can go with potentiometer. Some 18 volts battery. Okay, for example, if I consider motor, DC motor, okay, sometimes this requires 12 volts. But when I consider here battery, only 9 volts battery is there. Maybe what I can do is take two 9 volts batteries, okay, and join in series. And if I consider a multimeter, we'll just delete all these things and we'll go with fresh one. Okay, let the two resistance. Okay, I'm just considering these two. Now let me take this potentiometer. This is positive and this is negative. Okay, and now let me run and check what is the voltage value. 18 volts, but I want just 12 volts. What I should do? I can go with potentiometer. potentiometer. Okay, we said potentiometer potentiometer will have 3 terminals, right? Okay, something like this. Okay, so can I consider the potentiometer circuit? For example, if I don't have this thing, this input thing, don't consider. I am considering this as a first pin, this as second pin, this as third pin of potentiometer, and I want to take output here. We said like input we will be giving to 1 and 3. Okay, so this is the circuit we are going to get when we connect some supply to that. Okay, now uh, can I consider like this the same circuit? Because at this particular point, I have a plus voltage. Whatever the voltage we have here, same, it will be same here, it will be same here, because I don't have any components in between. Here I have same. So at this point I am going to have same voltage, whatever I have negative or grounded. So at this point it will be ground, at this point it will be ground, at this point it is ground. So at this point also it will be ground. Okay, so that is the reason I am saying, when I consider this thing, when I consider this circuit, at this point I have Vs, at this point I have ground, both are same circuits, and this is potentiometer. And we have a particular law called as KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, according to which we can write this Vs is equals to voltage across resistor R1 plus voltage across resistor R2, because they are in series. This is something like maybe you might have learnt about Newton's laws, where we say like energy can neither be created nor destroyed. For example, if I have some voltage Vs, it has to be delivered to R1 and R2. It cannot be simply wasted, right? So that's the reason we are saying Vs equals to VR1 plus VR2. Again, we have from Ohm's law, if voltage across this one is VR1, current is I, and resistance is R1, then I can write VR1 as I into R1. Similarly, for VR2 also I can write I into R2. Okay, so that's what we are writing. By this we will get Vs equals to I into R1 plus I into R2. Vs again will be equals to I into R1 plus R2. I will be equals to Vs by R1 R2. Okay, that's what we are writing here. Whatever the voltage, okay, before that, Vs equals to I into R1 plus R2. Like that we are writing, right? I will be equals to Vs by R1 plus R2. If I want to find VR2, VR2 is nothing but I into R2, but I is Vs by R1 plus R2. If I consider these two equations, this one and this one, okay, and if I substitute I, this value in this equation, I am going to get this thing. Okay, I am going to get VR2 as Vs into R2 by R1 plus R2. That is what we are writing here. V output equals to whatever the voltage we are applying as input multiplied with resistance R2 by R1 plus R2. Okay. Now we will see the same thing in Tinkercad. I think I have some issue with Tinkercad. It's not loading. Okay, before it loads, we will go to potentiometer. So what I want to do is uh, uh, I want to connect this potentiometer output. This thing is there, right? This V output, whatever I have, okay. I want to connect that one to analog input, okay, analog input, and I will keep on checking what is the voltage we are getting across potentiometer, and I will write a condition: if my voltage is greater than this, switch on LED. If it is less than, switch off LED. That is what I want to write. Okay. Let me go back to Tinkercad. Still, it's working. Okay. Some technical issue. We'll try checking this as of now. So in the same place, wherever we have connected this potentiometer, in the same place we can also connect a temperature sensor and say, if my temperature is greater than something, blink LED, else do not blink LED. Okay, so like that we can do. Some network issues. You are able to hear me? You can just respond. Okay. So see here, like we are connecting in series. By connecting series, we have seen in multimeter, like when I connect these two in series, it's getting 12, it's giving 12 volts, right? Okay. Now I'll take a potentiometer. Okay. So as soon as I move towards this, it says terminal 1, which I'll connect to this end. Okay. The last terminal, I'll connect here. Okay. Don't confuse here. It says terminal 1 wiper and terminal 2. Okay. It means to say like uh, when I consider a particular potentiometer, uh, something like this. Okay. It means to say like for this case, this is terminal 1, this is terminal 2. Okay. This is terminal 1, this is terminal 2, and this is wiper. Okay, they are saying like that. For example, if we consider this also, okay, for this also, this is terminal 1, this is terminal 2, this is wiper. Okay, like that we are considering. So this wiper, I'll try connecting to multimeter. Okay, and this one I'll connect it to ground. Okay, can you just respond if this circuit is same as this circuit? Do you agree? Whatever the circuit I have built, that is same as this one. Do you agree with that? this circuit and this circuit both are same. I have given some input potentiometer. From potentiometer I am connecting to multimeter. Whether both are same? Do you agree with that? Yeah, I'll talk about that. Uh, as of now, do you agree that both are same? Okay, it will be clear. Right now it is 18. Now changing that particular volts. For example, 12 volts. Okay, up to 12 changing this requirements. Okay. Okay. Now let me remove all these things. Now I'll introduce you to something called as breadboard. Okay. Or okay, let's go with breadboard. When I consider this breadboard, the lines whatever you see here, they all horizontal. This horizontal line, all things will be interconnected. Similarly, all these points on this second horizontal line will be interconnected. That means if I connect uh, anything on this particular point, it is same as connecting this point. Okay, it is same as connecting at this point. That means they are interconnected. Okay, similarly all these 5 vertical lines will be interconnected. All these 5 vertical lines will be interconnected. All these 5 vertical lines will be interconnected. These 5 vertical lines, these 5 vertical lines, these 5 vertical lines, they will be interconnected. That means there are 4 horizontal lines which are interconnected, and we have this 30 here, 30 here. In these 30 vertical lines, we have 5 connections which are interconnected. Okay, that is how a breadboard will be there. Okay, now let me take a potentiometer and okay. Okay, I am connecting this one here. Okay, I am connecting this terminal here. Okay, this is positive, this is negative. That will be positive and negative if I give some voltage. Okay, this is positive. I will take and I'll do like connect here. Now this is same as uh, connecting. This is same as connecting this potentiometer point to this uh, positive terminal. Okay, whatever the connection I have made here, that is same as connecting directly. Why I am connecting this breadboard is, if I have more components, I cannot make connections like this here, right? That is the reason we are doing like this. For example, in your home, uh, we have connection to switch, we have connected current connection to fan, TV. Okay, but from where current is coming? From outside, through meter. Main switch will be there. From that, for entire house you are getting current, but you are not making all connections go to meter, or all connections of fan, TV, everything go to current pole, right? You are making each and every connection in the individual home, individual room. Okay, one connection is going outside. Similarly, one connection I am making to this. From there I can connect it to any number of components. For example, I can connect another potentiometer also. The second pin I'll connect it to ground. Okay, okay, ground connection. I'll take an LED and maybe a resistor. Here resistance value I need 9 minus 2, 7 by 20, that means 350. 350 ohm resistor I need. Okay, this one again we need to connect it to ground. This pin I'll connect it to wiper. Okay, I'll change the color of this one to green. Okay, now I'll start simulating. See, you try looking at the intensity of LED when I am moving this wiper. Okay, now it is off. As I am moving again, it is on, right? Okay, let me reduce this one to some 100. Okay, let's see. Okay, even if I keep I'll keep, you should not keep in general this much less resistance, just for your making clear. I'm doing this. Okay, as soon as I move here, LED is turning off. Okay, when I move this side, LED is turning on, because the voltage level is changing. Okay, so the same thing we can also implement in Arduino. Try to capture what is the voltage level we are getting here. Depending on that, make this one on or off. Okay, so we'll stop at this point. Tomorrow what we will do is, we will try connecting like this. Okay, and we will talk about LDR. Okay, light dependent resistor. So this is like when I connect this potentiometer we are giving to analog, how the values are converted into digital, all those things we will see in tomorrow's class. Okay. Do you have any doubts?